Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we'll be continuing with the switch statements because in previous lectures we have seen about if-else conditions, if-else condition statements, and we left one thing that is switch statements. We also uploaded ternary operators in the short videos. Okay, let me create a new class called switch statements. Okay, basically, what is the use of switch cases? Switch is also same as the if-else statements. Let me create one program in H. Okay, let me get it from the user. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner system dot in. Okay, I need to close sc at the last. Okay, I'd like to take it as H in H and the south enter H, and I would like to store it in my age. Age is equal to sc dot next string. Okay, what we'll be basically doing in the voting programs, if age is greater than equals to 18, we just say south eligible to vote, else south not eligible. Hope it is clear, right? Everyone, we all know how to use the if else statement. But whenever we get conditions that are too long, that there are too many cases to think, actually means what we will be doing, so not eligible. So this is okay for the case of age. Let me take it as a day. So I will rename it to day. So what will you do? There will be 7 days in the enter the day. 1 to 7. So what will be there? There will be 7 days. So if the day is equal to 1, we could just say South Sunday. Else if day is equal to 2, South Monday. So this is lot of time consuming, right? So we need to write each and every single time if condition, else if condition, else if condition, finally else. So for that we could use the switch statements. Carefully know the syntax of the switch. Switch, give a set of parentheses, and you need to pass the control variable over here. What is the control variable? The day is the control variable over here. We will giving a set of curly braces over here. Now the difference comes. We need to add cases over here. Case means how the day is going to differ. How the day is differing 1 to 7. So case 1. That means if the day's value is 1, you just say South Sunday. Okay. Okay. It is not case 1, then case 2. South Monday. So for that I can add as many cases as I want. Say case 3, case 4, case 5, oh, case 6, case 7. Okay. It's clear, right? So clear it out. Case 7 is all here. So now I'll be giving sound. What should be? It should be Tuesday. Let me copy it out. It should be Wednesday. It should be Thursday, it should be Friday, it should be Saturday. Okay, now there is something called default. It is very much similar to else in the if statements. So default, I just say south invalid day because it is not 1 to 7, then it is an invalid day. Okay, what will happen means okay, let me run it out to show you. We have missed the break statement here. I will tell the use case. If I enter 1, what should be the output? It should be Sunday, right? But I enter 1. Why it is happening? Because it comes. The day will come over here. It just see. If it is case 1, yeah, it is case 1. Then it just prints Sunday. But it won't exit out as we used to see in the if else statements. It just go to the next statement. For that, we will be using this called break keyword. Let me add it all over here. Break, 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 break. And there is no need to give break for default, but it's good enough to practice it doing like that. Uh, okay, let me run it up. Oh, I have given two semicolons for that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, enter a date. Now if I enter 1, it just prints Sunday. So what is the need for break is means when break keyword means whenever break is encountered. Know this point. Whenever break is encountered, the control flows out of that. It could be used both in the loops as well as in switch statements. That if the break is encountered, it just says okay, the break is encountered. Then we need to go out of the switch statement. That is the control flows out of this line and comes to se.close. So that is the need for break statements. Whenever we need to stop the program when that line comes, we will be using break. There is something called continue and go to as well. We will be covering them in the iterative, that is looping statements and stuff. So right now learn one thing, that is we use break to stop the execution of the program. Not stop the execution of that particular block of program. Okay, block of statements. So we'll be using this. Let me rerun it. If I enter something like 8, invalid. So using multiple if else statements and checking every single condition, if it is equal to 1, if it is equal to 2, if it is equal to 3, we could simply use this something called what is this switch statements. So there is another thing called enhanced switches. In there we will be using okay, let me remove it up. Okay, let it be day as well. Switch day should be coming over here. We'll be using this. What enhanced switches means case 1, we won't be using the colon over here. We'll be using this South Sunday and just say break. Case 2, South Monday. Case 3, South Tuesday. Let's just have only 3 days for this. So if I run it now, it just asks me to enter the date. If I enter 1, it just prints Sunday. So there is no need for break statements over here. That is a specialty of these enhanced switches. But the limitation with this enhanced switches is we could have only one line. If I try to have another line over here, just shows an error because it doesn't fall here. So there you need to use those colon and do the standard stuff. So we could also use these enhanced filters when you know that there will be only one statement and I don't want to give multiple break statements. You just use these switch statements. So try practicing it with multiple statements. Try and then with this day concept, you could try with something called fruits. Take a string from the user and just print what string it is. So try to familiarize with yourself with this switch and if else statement because All these conditional statements plays a vital role in our programs. So hope it is clear. Thank you for watching.